about buying a home in San Antonio, Texas? You need to hear this because the true cost of owning here isn't just mortgage. Insurance, utilities, and property taxes can make a huge difference, and most buyers don't find out until they move in. Before we dive in, I created a free San Antonio relocation guide and a cost guide with everything you need: breakdowns, calculators, neighborhoods, and tips to save money. Send me a text, email, or comment below, and I'll send them right over to you. My name is Phyllis Domingo, your San Antonio relocation specialist. I've lived here for more than 20 years, and as a local realtor, I love helping families relocate to San Antonio every single week. Whether you're moving in 9 days or 90 days, feel free to reach out. All my contact information is in the description below. I work with clients moving from California, Washington, Colorado, Florida, New York, you name it. And the number one thing people tell me is, Phyllis, Texas looked affordable online until I saw the taxes and insurance. And they're right. Owning a home in Texas works differently. And if you're coming from another state, you need to understand these costs up front. So today, I'm breaking everything down in a way that's easy, clear, and totally transparent. By the end of the video, you're going to understand exactly what it costs to own a home in San Antonio without any surprises. Let's talk about homeowners insurance, the part that nobody talks about. So let's start with the one that shocks newcomers the most: home insurance. Texas has some of the highest homeowners insurance premiums in the country, not because San Antonio has bad weather or hurricanes, but because the entire state uses a risk pooling model that keeps rates higher across the board. When people move here from California or Colorado, they usually expect their policy to maybe go up a little, but then when they hear that an average San Antonio single-family home can run anywhere from $1,800 to $3,300 per year, their jaw drops. So let me break this down in plain English. Insurance cost depends on your home's age minus older roofs equals higher premium. Your home's location minus some pockets have higher claims. Your roof type. San Antonio loves composition shingles. So claim history, not just yours, but the home's. I recently worked with a family from Sacramento, and they were used to paying about $1,250 a year. Their first San Antonio insurance quote, $2,740. They looked at me like, Phyllis, are you sure this is normal? Yes, it's normal. But here's the part most people don't know. You can shop around. Rates vary a lot between carriers. I always tell people to compare at least 3 companies before they sign anything. And by the way, if you want a list of preferred insurance agents who can quote multiple companies at once, I work with insurance brokers that can help you with this. Just let me know and I'll send their info over. I'll save you hours. Now let's talk utilities. The part that surprises people about utilities in San Antonio is that it works differently than any other states. And depending on where you're moving from, you'll either be pleasantly surprised or very surprised. So let's start with electricity. San Antonio has CPS Energy, a city-owned utility. Your bill will depend heavily on how big your home is, how new it is, and how well it's insulated. A typical San Antonio home might run $120 to $180 in winter, $200 to $350 in summer. Yes, it gets hot. People moving from coastal California usually say, this isn't as bad as I expected. People coming from Colorado say, wait, this is way more than our old bill. So it all depends on where you're moving from. So next up, water. San Antonio uses SAWS, San Antonio Water System. A normal monthly bill ranges from $60 to $100 depending on irrigation use. In the summer, families with large yards can see $180 plus. We also have tier-based water pricing. The more you use, the more you pay. Then we have trash plus recycling, which is around $25 to $35 a month, depending on the service. Why does this matter? Because utilities add up quickly. I had a client from San Diego who told me, Phyllis, we thought Texas utilities would be dirt cheap. Not quite. They're reasonable, but they're not nothing. So now let's talk about the big one, property taxes, the part everyone must understand. Okay, property taxes. This is where Texas is very different from the rest of the country. Texas does not have a state income tax. Instead, property taxes help pay for schools, roads, city services, everything that state income tax pays for elsewhere. Most of San Antonio's property tax rates sit between 2.1% and 2.9%, depending on which suburb you live in. Now, for example, a $400,000 home in California might have property taxes around $4,000 a year. A $400,000 home in San Antonio, more like $8,000 to $10,500 per year. Now, the upside. Our home prices are much lower. A $400K home in San Antonio is often equivalent to a $1 million home in California. So even though taxes are higher, your overall monthly payment is still usually significantly lower. Let me tell you a quick story. Yes, I know, another one. A family I helped from San Bernardino County bought a $520,000 home here. They were used to California tax based on Proposition 13, so that $520K number scared them. But their entire payment here, mortgage, insurance, taxes, was still half of their old mortgage. They told me, Phyllis, we doubled our square footage and still pay less per month? That's the real Texas story. But here's something most people don't know, the Homestead Exemption. Once you buy a home and make it your primary residence, you can file for a Texas Homestead Exemption, which knocks down your taxable value and limits how fast your assessed value can rise each year. You can always protest that as well. This is huge for protecting long-term affordability. And yes, I walk all my buyers through how to file it. It's easy, you can do it online or send it in. So which areas have higher or lower costs? Generally speaking, areas with new schools and new construction have higher tax rates. So places like Alamo Ranch, Cibolo Shirts, Far West San Antonio, parts of Stone Oak tend to be at the higher end. Meanwhile, established areas inside Loop 1604 often have lower taxes. Not always, but often. Insurance also varies. Homes with newer roofs, newer construction, and certain materials can get much better rates. And utilities, newer homes tend to have better insulation and energy efficiency. If you want my breakdown of each suburb, tax rates, insurance estimates, average utility bills, it's all in the free cost of living guide. Just ask me for it. What should you budget for? If you're planning a move to San Antonio, here's a realistic range for what most families end up paying. So insurance is going to be $150 to $275 a month. Utilities is $250 to $450 monthly average, higher in the summertime. Property taxes is 2.1% and 2.9% of home value. This is your real monthly cost owning a home here. And once you understand these numbers, you can shop confidently, compare homes accurately, and make the best possible decision for your family. If you're thinking about moving to San Antonio or one of the surrounding suburbs, I would love to help. I've helped countless families relocate, and I can make your move smoother, simpler, and way less stressful. All my contact information is in the description below. Call, text, or email anytime. Whether it's 9 days or 90 days from now, I'd love to help you find your perfect home. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, like, comment, share it to the people that you know that will find it helpful. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.